Free to face twice. And then free to face twice. Kill our Roman throne. Yeah, I think. Our opponent goes first. This hand is too slow. This hand is better. Put away one of our Roman thrones. Flamebraider can't cast Roman thrones, which is always irritating. But hopefully, at the end of the world. Secluded Consoles is annoying, but doesn't necessarily do a huge amount against us. Does Flamebraider get countered? Oh no. Are we up against allies? For life gain. Not entirely sure what we're up against. Let's get down this then. Well, we can't full cast Deceit. I think next turn we just wait until we get Roman thrown down. We could bounce off the token. Or if they have a 2-drop. I'm not entirely sure what deck they're playing. Let's get down the Roman throne. I think, yeah, we wait until we can forecast the seat next turn. Take that. Right, let's forecast you. We will bounce Tuki. We will bounce Authority. And they will discard Strategic Betrayal and a Kaito. Then let's go down a pit of offerings. We'll take Kaito, Strategic Betrayal. I'll put their Veil Passage as well. We'll hold back since we are 12. I would like more elementals. Please and thank you. Sunderflock would be good, or it might get any of our bigger elementals. Well, now I quite like Wistfulness. Yeah, we'll just hold back for now. We must be able to find something soon. They shock that in. They gonna get down Suki as well. Bounce Suki. Well, let's Winternight Stories. We'll discard a Ashling. Vibrance. Let's kill the reinforcements and we'll go face, and our opponent scoops. Our opponent goes first. Well, Flamebraider's obviously always really good. And so is Ashling. Let's shock in our steam vents. What do they have? A rubber goblin can be bounced. We will get down Flamebraider. That way next turn we can full cost Wistfulness if our Flamebraider survives. And you're an enchantment that can be exiled as well. You want Elemental. We will exile your FOMO and we will draw 2 and pitch a second Flamebraider. I probably should have pitched the Winternight Stories, but oh well. The Irreverent Goblin makes a return. Well, we can full cost Vibrance as well. They're all about draw and discard, which is an odd, well, they're odd cards for it, right? I'm not really sure we are that bothered about lands, but and let's get down. Pit of Offerings. Ooh, Walls of Basking Say. Flamebraider, Lightning Helix, and Bouncer. And we can swing in for 6. So that's how they get the walls back. We could do with another Wistfulness. Well, let us Winternight Stories. There is another Wistfulness. We will pitch an Ashling. Yeah, I suppose we just have to evoke double green. Exile Smiles at Death. And that causes our opponent to scoop. Opponent goes first. We've got an Ashling. Either of us can get us more lands. Although we've got 25 of them, so we should naturally draw some. Does our opponent want to play today? No, they don't. They want to sit here. There we go. We'll shock him with Steam Vents. Maybe to bounce off something. Up against Rakdos. So Ashling ain't going to survive. Goblins! Oh, we have a second Ashling. 25 lands and we've not drawn a single one. And there is another one. We have the Sear Slicer Goblin. We will put this on red, I suppose. I really want... We can't cast this, can we? No, I really want to full cast these since we're not far away from them, but I think we just take out the goblin. It's where Ashling is worse than Flamebraider. Well, let's have a look at their hand, seeing what they just drew. Boggart Mischief. Let's take a Mischief, but they have a lot of them. I can Firebrand and then Mischief. Maybe I should have taken the Vibrance then, but never mind. Next turn we can full cost a Vibrance. I don't think we transform Ashling then. If our opponent is still here. No, they're not. That's always fun. I mean, you literally have a handful of cards. You have 6 cards. You can Firebrand and then... There we go. I found it. And I even attack first. We will add... because it doesn't really matter, but let's go green. We will not transform you. Let's take out one of their goblins. And then let's get a... This doesn't massively make a difference. Let's get a... Where's our Pit of Offering? And we will take a Deceit, a Vibrance, and a Mischief. I probably should block. We are at risk of just getting drained out. Yeah. Yup. Sunderflock's a good draw. We can still do this. Let's pitch a start in town. Find another land. Bounce their goblins. Let's draw. We'll pitch Ashling. Yeah, obviously bouncing the goblins does not trigger the Mischief. Yeah. We'll add black. We need more lands. We are gonna have to take 2 to target the Squelcher. But obviously we can bounce it and then get them to discard it. Or we slam in for 10. They need a sweeper, which they're playing a slightly unusual version. I don't know why Storm Shriek Feral is in the deck, but yeah, they needed a sweeper, so they could be playing it, but they didn't. Hello Magic fans, I'm Beef and welcome back to another standard gameplay video. And today we are taking a look at another deck from the Lorwyn Eclipsed Pro Tour. This is an Is It Elementals deck piloted by Eduardo Sajgalik. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. It reached the semi-final, so it didn't do as well as Team Harmonizer, which got to the finals, but I think this is a lot stronger deck. Much stronger deck, especially in best of one on Arena. So what it's based around, as I said, elementals, mainly getting down Roaming Throne and doubling up all the elemental triggers. We have a few of the evoke elementals, mainly Vibrance, Wistfulness and Deceit. Vibrance, if you pay double red, it deals 3 damage to any target. If you pay double green, you search library for land card, fill it, put your hand, then shuffle and gain 2 life. Wistfulness, double green, exile target artifact or enchantment. Double blue to draw 2 and discard a card. And then Deceit, double blue to return 1 other target non-land permanent to its owner's hand, and double black to look at your opponent's hand, then choose a non-land card for discard. To help cast those, we have Ashling Rekindled, a 2-mana 1/3, and when it enters or transforms into Ashling, we may discard a card. If we do, we draw a card. Beginning of our first main phase, we may pay blue. If we do, transform Ashling into Ashling Rhymebound, also a 1/3, and it says when it transforms into Ashling or at the beginning of our first main phase, we add 2 mana of any colour, but we can only spend this mana to cast spells with mana value 4 or greater, and then transform it back for 1 red. We might often want to keep Ashling on the Rhymebound side just for that mana advantage, and because these count as triggered abilities, you can double them up with Roaming Throne. Just be aware that, as I said, they are triggered abilities. That payment cost is not an activated ability. So, Secluded Courtyard, you cannot use Secluded Courtyard to produce coloured mana to pay those costs for Ashling. It seems a bit odd to me. It seems like you should be able to, but Secluded Courtyard is just activated abilities, not triggered abilities. We also have 4 copies of Flamebraider, 2 mana 2/2, tap to add 2 mana in any combination of cards. We can only spend it to cast elemental spells or activate abilities of elemental sources. Roaming Throne before it enters a battlefield is not an elemental, so you cannot cast Roaming Throne with the Flamebraider, but obviously if you go turn 2 Flamebraider, turn 3 land, you can full cost Wistfulness and Vibrance, because these cost 5. You still can't full cost Deceit though. Whereas with Ashling, if you do turn 2 Ashling, turn 3 transform Ashling, and then have the 3rd land, you can cast Roaming Throne on turn 3. Then round out the deck, 4 copies of Bounce Off for interaction, and we can also bounce our own creatures if we need to for protection. 4 copies of Winternight Stories to draw 3 cards, then discard 2 cards unless we discard a creature card. We can also harmonise it from the graveyard, meaning we can untap a creature and its generic mana cost is reduced by that creature's power. So if we play one of our big elementals, we can then tap them straight away to cast a cheap Winternight Stories from the graveyard. And then the last elemental, Sunderflock, 9 mana 5/5, but it does cost X less to cast, where X is the greatest mana value among elementals we control. It has flying, it's a 5/5 flyer, and when it enters, if we cast it, return all non-elemental creatures to their owner's hand. So a good way to clear our opponent's battlefield and then to start getting in for damage. Mana base is quite a bit of a mishmash. Obviously it is it, and we do have some green as well with Vibrance and Wistfulness, and black with Deceit. So we do have 1 island, 1 Cori Mountain Monastery, 1 Spirebluff Canal, 4 steam vents, 1 Thundering Falls, 2 breeding pools, 3 breeding pools, 4 Cavern of Souls, an Eclipsed Realm, a Pit of Offerings. So it enters taps, and when it enters, we exile up to 3 type cards from graveyards, and it can tap for colourless or 1 mana of any of the exile cards' colours. So a bit of graveyard interaction there as well. Then 4 Secluded Courtyards and 4 Starting Towns. Because this is from the Pro Tour, there is a sideboard with some spell snares, Soul Guide Lanterns, more counter spells, Pyroclasm, Seer, the Unagi of Kyoshi Island, an extra Deceit, and Pit of Offering. So yeah, it's a lot more powerful in Arena Best of One than Team or Harmonizer, and actually is a pretty good deck generally overall. So really, really fun to play. Hope you enjoy it. If you do, please remember to like and subscribe. Like, give a shout out to my patrons, Arcadia, Smearhouse, Thomas and Adrian. Thank you very much for your support, and I'll see you all in the gameplay.